As you know, classical Sudoku is played with 9 different symbols, usually numbers 1 to 9. Sudoku Ripeto is played with repeated numbers. Here you see an example. You played with the digits on that are shown on the middle row, and they form a palindromic number that happens to be prime. It's a nice number. Ripeto means I repeat in Italian. Let's talk about repeat patterns. Every sequence of 9 symbols has a repeat pattern that we can represent with a multiset, holding the counts of every symbol in the sequence. Here are some examples. So how many of these repeat patterns are there? Well, there are exactly 30 because 30 is the number of ways we can obtain 9 as a sum of positive integers. So at the bottom, you have the repeat pattern for classical Sudoku. All the way up, you have the repeat pattern for trivial puzzles that are played with 9 identical symbols. And the puzzles that whose repeat pattern are close to classical Sudoku are very reminiscent of it. But as we move upwards, we go into uncharted territory. And players report very special feelings when they are solving Sudoku Ripeto in these areas. Of course, we can use letters instead of numbers, and then we can write words in the boards. This form of Sudoku Ripeto is called custom Sudoku. Here you have some examples. We can also combine words. For example, you take the word third, 5 letters, and teen, 4 letters, we get 13, which is a combination with 9 letters, right? So if we have words with less than 9 letters, we can pad it with the neutral symbols, like in the example here. If we have more, we can squeeze more than 1 letter in the cells and well, fit the words in the boards. When I first came across Sudoku in 2005, I thought that the origin of the puzzle was Japanese. But in fact, later I knew that the creator of Sudoku was the late American architect Howard Garnes from Indiana. Let me tell you about the context in which Sudoku Ripeto was created. Sudoku Ripeto solutions has the symmetry of the square, right? So why not imagine puzzles that can be played with in boards that have any symmetry, the symmetry of any regular polytope. So this concept I call Latin polytopes. And if we take a Latin polytope, we remove some symbols so that the result is still is uniquely completable to the original starting Latin polytope. We have a Latin puzzle. This is the concept of Latin puzzles. Here you have an example that was featured in the Spanish press with the symmetry of the equilateral triangle. More examples here. Still more examples. And of course, we can use also the symmetries of regular polyhedra. For example, this one, or this one, which is played on a regular tetrahedron. In fact, I built a model for the occasion that I can show to you later. This is the Latin polytope, a Latin tetrahedron, and this is the puzzle that is uniquely completable to this solution. Sudoku Ripeto is out there. Will Short, the crossword editor of the New York Times and chairman of the World Puzzle Federation, has described it as a new twist on the game, which is great. And you will receive a copy of one of my books as my exchange gift. Please give it a try. And if you happen to have a list of words that you would like to be featured in a custom Sudoku puzzle book, please let me know.
Time is out, I think.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.